The greatest radio shows of all time for your Christmas listening, brought to you by Mount Wheeler Power here in Ely. And another episode of Suspense. This one goes back to December 22nd, 1957, 67 years ago. It's entitled Dog Star, starring child actress Evelyn Rudie.
Suspense. And the producer of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, the master of mystery and adventure, William N. Robeson.
There are many kinds of suspense, but the happiest suspense is the kind we share at this time of year with our children. The suspense which has its denouement next Wednesday morning. The suspense of what Santa Claus is bringing for Christmas. For the little girl in the upcoming story, however, there is no such suspense. All she wants for Christmas is a dog, and a dog she is certainly not going to get. To play this unhappy little girl, we have invited a most talented little girl to make her first appearance on radio. Already a star of TV and motion pictures, 7-year-old Evelyn Rudie now adds another medium to the domain of her talents. Listen then as Evelyn Rudie stars in Dog Star, which begins in exactly 1 minute.
When the United States was still a young and growing nation, there came forth from all parts of the country idealists to create utopia. For example, there was John Humphrey Noyes, who dreamed up the Oneida Community in New York in 1847. It was designed to do away with sin and greed. In order to keep the community alive, small manufacturing industries were started. By 1880, the community living plan had died, and the industries had grown to great proportion and nationwide reputation. Had backfired, his efforts provided a contribution to American industry. Another idealist who seemingly had in mind the health and happiness of Americans was Henry Clubb. About 1855, Mr. Clubb got the idea that people would be healthier if they were vegetarians. He thought they'd be happier if they lived in octagon-shaped houses on octagon-shaped parcels of land in octagon-shaped cities. Unfortunately for Mr. Clubb, he decided to establish Octagonal City, the center of the Vegetarian Settlement Company, in a pretty dusty spot in Kansas. After one look at the hardships to be encountered on the barren plains, nearly every one of the subscribers to the vegetarian community went back to the non-vegetarian East Coast. One after another, communal living experiments bloomed, faded, and disappeared. There were the Shakers, the Separatists of Zoar, the Rapetite Harmonists, Brook Farm, and many others, all planned toward better living and better people. Dreamers of the American dream can't be judged merely on the basis of success or failure, for failure can show people of the future what not to do. American men and women built the United States into a great nation because they conceived their ideas and tried them out. This is indeed part of the great American dream, a dream which has become a decisive reality.
And now, Dog Star, starring Evelyn Rudie. A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Daddy, honest, Daddy, the only thing I want for Christmas is a dog. Even if it isn't exactly the kind Mike was, that's all I want.
Ray, please.
Sorry.
Well, if she weren't such a tomboy, it'd be different. But can you imagine getting Julie a dollhouse or a painting set or a party dress?
I'm sorry, Anne and Julie, no dog.
Then you shop for her. I'm tired of roaming around like a zombie in every store in town. You find her present.
If I can't have a dog again, I just don't care what I get.
Now listen, both of you. I like dogs just as much as you do. I loved Mike, too. But Julie loves them too much. She hasn't eaten a decent meal since Mike got killed. And it's not going to happen again. We're not going to put her happiness at the mercy of another brainless pup and every idiot speeder in town.
It wasn't Mike's fault. It was my fault. I should have kept him in the yard. It was my fault, but honest, I'd never let my pup out again if I could just have one.
Julie.
Honey, suppose I got you a bike. A big bike, a 26, okay?
But, Daddy, I don't want a bike. I want a dog.
Julie, come back here. It's getting dark.
Let her go, Ray. I said she could play with Timmy. Let her go.
He Hey, Julie, what happened? Are you going to get a dog for Christmas? No. Hey, Julie, I got an idea. See, I asked my dad for a dog, and we moved Mike's doghouse over to my yard, and we can both play with him. How about that? Thanks, Timmy, but no, this isn't the same. No, I guess not. Hey, Julie, I got my flashlight with me. You know what? What? Let's go up to Palmer Canyon and see if any ducks have flown onto the pond this evening. I don't feel like it, Timmy. Honest. Oh, come on. We might even see a goose. But how do the ducks find their way all the way down here from the north? Oh, it's something called instinct. What was that? Golly, I don't know. Sure was close. Sure was. Oh, it was a tree falling, I bet. Hey, here's the pond. Come on, Julie. I'm coming.
Oakdale Police, Lieutenant Spencer speaking.
Oh, this is Professor Goodwin at the observatory.
Oh, yes, Professor.
Lieutenant, for the past half hour, we've been tracking one of their later satellites. It landed about 3 minutes ago.
Huh?
We have a fix. It hit the Palmer Canyon area of Oakdale.
Yeah? You sure?
Positive. I'm leaving now. Lieutenant, I think you better get some men up there. Quick.
Sergeant, get 3 cars up to Palmer Canyon. Emergency. Call the off section for guard duty. And call the chief on the highway patrol. Call the mayor, too. Tell him a satellite landed in Palmer Canyon.
Well, I guess it's getting too late in the year for the ducks. Yes, we better start back home. What is that? What? I thought I heard a dog crying. I didn't. It is too. There's a dog down there by the pond. Where's the flashlight? Here. A little white dog. Oh, his legs are hurt. He can hardly crawl, it looks like. Oh, he's bleeding. And he's wearing something all torn up. Timmy, somebody must have tortured him. Yeah, poor fella. Hey, his tail's wagging. He likes you, Julie. Oh, poor little thing. Timmy, I'm going to keep him. What'll your dad say? We'll hide him. They won't torture you anymore. They won't hurt you anymore. We'll hide you. Where will you hide him? Like you said, we'll put Mike's old doghouse in your yard and take care of him there. Maybe when he's well, Daddy will let me keep him. Okay. Well, come on. Here. No, I'll carry him. Look, Timmy. What? He licked me. He licked my face.
Joe, you and Maury take the uphill side. And don't let anybody near the parachute unless Professor Goodwin says to.
Okay, we are. All right.
Okay, Professor, I guess that covers it.
Well, I'll sure be glad when the Air Force gets here. Just think where this thing has been.
Yeah, it looks like a metal beach ball with portholes. Hey, what's this, Professor? An oxygen mask for a midget?
Why, there was something in here. A dog, I bet. And this got knocked off its head.
And it chewed its way out of its harness. Here, look.
Here, we got to find it.
There's blood on the ground, Professor. It won't go far.
We have got to find it, Lieutenant. We've got to find it.
For a long, long time, women have figured in the affairs of men. Yes, even in that masculine-dominated activity called war. And not only since World War II. During the Civil War in the United States, the battlefront saw many women laboring as nurses and sanitary workers. Quite a few others disguised themselves as men, enlisted in the infantry and charged into battle until they were discovered to be women and were sent home to tend to their knitting. But some women were used as spies by both sides. And when it came to spying, Mata Hari was a slouch compared to Emma Edmonds. Emma had originally prepared to become a missionary nurse in Africa. But when the Civil War broke out, she changed her plans and signed up as a Union Army nurse. After months of nursing and fighting at Bull Run and other battles, Emma Edmonds heard that General George McClellan was looking for a replacement for a Yankee spy who had been executed in Richmond. She volunteered for the job, suggesting that her gifts of mimicry and disguise, which she had used to entertain the soldiers, might be put to some use. After being interviewed by 7 generals, tested on her military knowledge and ability to ride and shoot, and proving that she could fool her closest friends with her effective disguises, Emma Edmonds was accepted as a Union spy. 11 times she risked her life crossing back and forth through the battle lines while gathering vital military information, which she reported to her commanding officer. During the dangerous missions, she successfully passed herself off as many different characters, both Negro and white, male and female. Although she was nearly discovered several times, she continued her work undaunted. Between spying assignments, she continued to nurse the sick and wounded. The story of Emma Edmonds is one of hazard and adventure, a story of a woman who endangered her life that her country should live.
And now, starring Evelyn Rudie, Act 2 of Dog Star.
More coffee, Ray?
And late as it is. Imagine that satellite practically landing in our backyard. What an age. Well, I've got to get down to the office. I'll be back early to help with the tree. Goodbye, Julie.
Bye, Daddy.
Now, will you please take care of that thing for Julie we were talking about?
Julie, Timmy, come in. Hand me a knife, quick. What are you doing? Cutting in some meat, quick. Here. I was just looking at him. I got him a blanket like you said. How is he? Oh, he's asleep. Hey, here comes your mother. Give me the meat. Here, put it in your pocket. Hello, Mrs. Roberts.
Hello, Timmy. What are you two up to?
Nothing.
Now, here is
My
further
breakfast?
word on the satellite, which returned to Earth last night in Palmer Canyon. An overseas monitored report confirms the guess that there was a dog in the parachuted container.
Julie?
It is a small white husky similar to Laika, the ill-fated first space traveler. This one is called Chipka and wears its name on its collar. It was announced that it is trained to react to this name.
Julie, I was listening.
I'm sorry, Mommy. Can I go out and play?
You didn't finish your cereal. All right.
Julie, did you hear what he said? It's not the same dog. It sounds like it is. It does not. Now shut up. Okay, Julie. Here he is. Hi, Mike. We'll call him Mike. Look, he's opening his eyes. Give me the meat. Here, Mike. Oh, look, he won't eat it. He's pretty sick, Julie. Hey, let's see his collar. No. Hey, it's all funny letters, Julie. I can't read it. I'm going to take it off. Say his name, Julie. Mike. No, the one the radio said. No. We've got to know, Julie. I forget. No, you don't. You never forget anything. Chipka. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I won't let them take you back. I'm going to keep you anyway.
The Chipka story. On this Christmas Eve, the little white dog has not yet been found, although he is thought to be injured. All veterinarians in the area have been alerted.
Well,
I return you now
that
to our
satellite really
Christmas
shook up
music.
this town. Cops all over the place looking for the pooch.
Dad, if we found him, if our country found him, would we have to send him back?
I'm just a small-town lawyer, honey. There are big shots straining their brains on that one. We'd have to stick to international law, of course.
It's Timmy. I'll go.
Now, don't be long.
I won't. Hi, Timmy. How is he? Well, I just looked at him, Julie. I think he's awful sick. Come on, then. Have you got the flashlight? Yeah. Here it is. He just lies there panting like. Oh, he's got to be all right. He's got to be. Oh, Mike. Oh, nice little dog. He is sick, Timmy. Yeah, he sure is. Oh, Mike, don't die. Please don't die. Give me the blanket, Timmy. What are you going to do? Come on, Mike. Come on, nice little dog. But they all know about him. I heard it on the radio. I have to. I can't let him die.
The
Republic of the Philippines has been described as the most luxuriant group of tropical islands in the world. It has fertile coastal plains and valleys, rich forests, and mineral-laden mountains. The archipelago contains more than 7,000 islands, and most of the population is concentrated on 11 of them. Ownership of land is one of the primary symbols of social position, since the typical Filipino is a farmer whose roots are deep in the soil he tills. Unlike our farmers, whose homes are generally on their farm, the Filipino taos, or farmers, live in small settlements or barrios and walk to work in the nearby fields. The average Filipino home has 1 or 2 rooms and is made of bamboo and woven palm leaves. It is set on bamboo posts about 4 to 6 feet above the ground. This elevation not only keeps the house dry during the rainy season, but also provides shelter for the family animals. The Filipino family is closely knit and is built on a strong foundation of understanding between parent and children. An interesting note is the fact that the woman almost always handles the family finances. Since their inception as a democratic nation, the Republic of the Philippines has continued to grow in stature as an active member of the international community.
And now, starring Evelyn Rudie, Act 3 of Dog Star.
Don't worry, Mike. Somebody will give us a ride. They've got to. Please stop this one. Please stop.
Yeah, kid? Where you going?
Central Avenue, sir. Anywhere on Central.
Okay, hop in. What do you got there, kid?
My dog?
He shed any of that fur?
No, sir.
Central Avenue, eh? What are you going down there for on Christmas Eve? A short beer, huh?
No, sir. A vet. I mean...
A vet? Hey, that dog hurt? Hey, look, he's bleeding from the mouth. Okay, kid, out.
Oh, mister, can't you please take us...
Now, listen, these are no seat covers. Out.
Oh, Mike. Stay alive just 5 minutes. The vet will make you well. Just 5 minutes. There's a light there. Somebody's home. They've got to be.
I'm awfully sorry. We're close. Oh, I see, honey. Yes. Doctor.
Coming. What seems to be the trouble, little girl?
I'm Julie Roberts. And this is Mike, and I'm afraid he'll die.
Oh, now isn't that too bad? Say, what kind of a dog is that, Julie?
A sort of a husky.
Yeah? Where'd you get him?
My dad got him for me. And tonight a car hit him and...
Yeah? Martha, hand me that police circular.
Here you are, Doctor.
We'll just put him on the operating table. Chipka? Call the police, Martha.
Right.
Then I want you to take its blood pressure while I get a sample of blood. And, let's see, just call the Air Force Base and ask them to send a flight surgeon down here.
Yes, sir.
Just tell them to hurry. I'm putting him away. I'm sorry, Julie.
Putting him away?
He's paralyzed, Julie. He couldn't run and play or do anything you'd want him to, even if they'd let you keep him.
But I'd take care of him anyway, Doctor. I'd bring him his food and take care of him. Don't call them. Don't kill him. Give him back.
Honey, it's no use. He just suffer. You wouldn't want that.
Oh, Mike. Nice boy. See, Doctor, he licked me. He'll get better.
No, he won't, Julie. You wait in the hall, and I'll ask the police to take you home.
Oh, Mike.
Oakdale Police. Yes, ma'am? No kidding. Yeah, well, thank you, ma'am. Hey, Scoop, you want to get that AP job in New York? Here's your chance. That pooch just turned up at the Parks Dog and Cat Hospital.
Holy cow. Thanks, Sarge.
That is right, operator. I want embassy. I don't care what time they tell you is in Washington. Tell them it's about Chipka. Chittka. Tell them he's colleague.
Central Intelligence? Now, look, this is Peters in Oakdale. You give me the chief? Merry Christmas, Chief. The dog turned up. Yeah, some kid had it. That's right, a little girl. Name of Julie Roberts, 354 Parkdale Terrace, Oakdale. Yeah, I'm sober. A little girl.
Что случилось, Читка? Это другой вопрос американский выходка. Читка — советская собака. Американский держали полк Читка. Умеренно. Это оскорбление Советской Республики.
And Julie, here's the present from your mother and me.
A bike. A big buck. Thanks, Daddy.
You may need it to outrun the reporters.
It's just wonderful.
But, it isn't a dog.
No.
Well, your mother and I were talking, and I think, wait. Yes? Washington? Who? Anne, get me a drink.
Before breakfast? What is
Give
it?
me a drink. Yes? Yeah. This is her father. Oh, sir, I can't believe a crate. No, sir, not yet. Yes, sir, we'll be expecting it. Oh, thank you, sir, and a very Merry Christmas to you.
Ray, what's wrong? You're white as a sheet.
And give me that drink.
Dad, what's the Air Force car doing outside? Look, they're bringing a box up the wall.
Oh, and this room's a mess.
Yes? Major?
Merry Christmas, sir. Is this where Julie Roberts lives?
Oh, yes.
Did the White House call, sir?
Yes.
Okay, open it up, Sergeant.
It's a puppy. A little white puppy.
It's for you, Julie. If your folks don't mind.
They don't.
Major, won't you sit down?
No, ma'am. I have a little girl to get back to myself. Merry Christmas, folks.
Ray, who was that on the phone?
And when I tell you, you'll never believe me. You'll never believe me.
Suspense, in which Evelyn Rudie starred in William N. Robeson's production of Dog Star by Michael Frost. Supporting Evelyn Rudie in Dog Star were Shirley Mitchell, Dick Beale, Shep Menken, Jack Crucian, Sam Pierce, Ben Wright, Lou Krugman, and Norm Alden.
A Cold War drama from 67 years ago, December 22nd, 1957, Suspense, Dog Star, here on the Mount Wheeler Power Christmas Special on KELY.
Hi, this is Kelly Jackson, your Member Services Specialist at Mount Wheeler Power. I'm momentarily stepping away from the heartwarming nostalgia of these timeless radio shows. As we move deeper into the holiday season, a period of reflection naturally finds its way to us, inviting us to appreciate the past year's events and recognize the blessings that enrich our lives. At Mount Wheeler Power, the impact on our members is the compass guiding our business decisions. Our members, who range from large industrial entities and small business owners to farmers and solitary residents at the end of the longest line, form the robust fabric of our organization. They are the reason we exist, the heart of our cooperative. When our members thrive, so does the cooperative. To ensure that our members and their families enjoy the best experiences and opportunities, we've designed numerous member-centric programs. Our high school scholarship program and youth leadership camp, for instance, are aimed at nurturing our youth, our future leaders, into active, educated, and integrity-filled individuals who will continue to enrich our communities. We encourage you to explore the variety of programs we offer, designed to enhance your homes, lives, and communities. As we return to our favorite radio shows, I want to express my heartfelt holiday wishes to you. Your trust in us and the opportunity to serve you is a gift for which we are truly grateful. So let's dive back into the golden era of radio, brought to you by Mount Wheeler Power.
You remember the television show Lou Grant? The guy who did the commercials for Smuckers? Well, you're going to hear him in this episode of Grand Central Station, going back 79 years, December 22nd, 1945, for Mount Wheeler Power here in Ely. This is called Miracle for Christmas.
From New York, Pillsbury's best enriched flour brings you Grand Central Station.
Shining rails in every part of our great country are aimed at Grand Central Station, heart of the nation's greatest city. Drawn by the magnetic force of gigantic metropolis, day and night great trains rush from the Hudson River. Sweep down its eastern bank for 140 miles. Flash briefly with the long red row of tenement houses south of 125th Street. Dive with the roar of the 2.5 mile tunnel which borrows the river and swank of Park Avenue. And then, Grand Central Station. Crossroads of a million private lives. Gigantic stage in which are played 1,000 dramas daily.
Now, for the 6th consecutive year, Pillsbury Mills of Minneapolis presents with pride Grand Central Station's traditional Christmas play, a drama you will long remember. After the train from Albany pulled in, no one, not a single person, actually saw the young man with soft brown hair and soft brown eyes come through the gate. Still unseen, he walks the length of the great waiting room, now strangely tranquil as travel ebbs on Christmas Eve. Quietly, he goes out the door, down the street, and then up the broad marble stairs of the hospital. When the girl at the switchboard turns to him,
What can I do for you, sir?
without saying a word, he gives her a card. She's startled by the name on it and instantly announces him to the hospital superintendent.
Dr. Mason is here to see you.
Mason? Dr. Mason who applied for an internship?
Yes, Dr. Garrett, it is Dr. Mason from Albany.
But that's impossible.
Shall I ask him about the telegram?
No, I'll do it. Send him in, please.
Yes, sir. Dr. Garrett will see you, sir. First door to the left.
Dr. Garrett.
Dr. Mason? You are Dr. Mason?
I'm sorry that I was delayed, Dr. Garrett.
But just 10 minutes ago,
Yes. 10 minutes ago, you received a telegram.
Why, that's right.
I know.
From your mother.
I know.
But, man, Well, look at it. It says that you...
That I was killed. Do you mind if I tear up that telegram, Dr. Garrett?
Well, I don't understand. I was so unnerved by that wire. I'd counted so much on your being here tonight. Christmas Eve. And I'd always busy with calls.
You are short of interns.
Oh, yes. Mason, these are the slums. Walk through block after block and you won't see a doctor's shingle. Not one. The people here are too poor. They know only one healer. The intern and his ambulance.
And tonight, night of mercy and goodwill, they would have cried out in vain.
Well, now that you've come, I won't have to say to the suffering, wait. Wait. There's only one ambulance tonight, and that's out on a call. Wait and suffer. I have no one to send to you because Dr. Mason was killed. It's good that you're here, Mason. It's good.
It's good to be here, Dr. Garrett.
Well, you better get started. Take this slip down to the storeroom. See that they give you a warm sheepskin coat.
Thank you.
And a pair of mittens. From there, you go to the ambulance room. I'll have your driver waiting for you. His name is Mac.
My name is Mac. The chief says I drive your crate tonight.
Crate?
Crate, jalopy, sick buggy, ambulance, take your pick.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You green interns, you're all the same. The first time you spy an ambulance, your eyes pop wide, like you've seen a heavenly chariot or something. Not me. I've been driving this old baby for 8 rotten years.
An ambulance, Mac, is a sacred thing. It is a chariot of mercy.
Uh-oh, 2 bells, that says. Come on, Mason, that's your first call.
234 South Street. 234 South Street. 234 South Street.
Look, pal, help me out by watching out for cars cutting in at the cross streets. We don't stop for no red lights. Look, Doc, what did I tell you? Watch it or we're both to be killed. Holy cow, you new interns. You're all alike. You're always dreaming. You put on a white coat and pants and your head goes up in the clouds.
Why are you so bitter, Mac?
Why shouldn't I be bitter? If it wasn't for you, I'd be home with the wife right now.
You truly believe that only because of me...
Yeah. If you hadn't showed up, this ambulance would be parked in the garage for crying out loud. I would have had the night off like on a decent job.
To you, driving an ambulance is just a job like any other?
Yeah, nothing but. Boy, will I be glad when the shift is over.
But, Mac, this is Christmas Eve.
You're telling me?
This is one night at least you could forget that driving an ambulance is a job. This one night you could look upon it as an errand of mercy.
An errand of mercy? You know where we're going?
To help someone afflicted.
Afflicted with alcohol, you mean? I'll give you 2 to 1 or we're making a stew call.
Stew call?
Yeah, Mason. We're risking our next tearing through traffic to give some drunk a whiff of smelling salts.
Any man who cries out for help, whether he be brimful of drink or empty of blood, his call shall be answered.
Yes, you. Okay, come on, Mason, make a snap. We ain't got all night. What did I tell you? No good drunk. Here's your bag, Doc.
Thank you, Mac. I won't need it.
But he's out cold, Mason. Come on, give him a whiff of the stuff quick when we blow.
Quiet, Mac. Come now. Open your eyes, sir.
He calls the drunk, sir. Look, Mason, here's the spirit of ammonia. Hold it under his nose, will you? That always wakes him up.
Quiet, Mac. Come, sir. Open your eyes.
That's right, Mason. You just talk pretty to him and he'll open his arms.
Where am I? Why is everybody laughing? What's the matter?
Nothing. Just put your arm around my shoulder. That's it. Now, let me help you to stand up straight. There. Now, you feel better?
Why, suddenly I feel all right. I feel fine. My head is so clear.
Of course. All you needed was to stand on your own 2 feet. To be strong. Be of good cheer.
Gosh, Doc. That's sure wonderful medicine you give me.
Medicine? What kind of gag you pulling? He didn't give you no medicine. There was nothing the matter with you. You toss off a beer and you lay down in the street like you're out cold, and we waste an ambulance on you. I got a mind to take a poke at you.
That'll be enough, Mac. Tell me, sir, what is your name?
Well, if it's all the same to you...
Come on. Give me a name. He's got to make out his report.
Pete Lanton, Doctor.
Peter, you won't lose faith again. You will stand up, self-reliant, and you will face life courageously and with new hope.
Come on, Mason. We ain't got all night. Let's get going.
Doc.
Yes, Peter?
Merry Christmas to you, Doc.
Thank you, sir.
Dr. Mason, I'd like to speak to you.
Yes?
Mason, Mac tells me you didn't even open your bag on your first call.
No, it wasn't necessary.
Well, now, don't misunderstand me, Mason. I can't begin to tell you how thankful I am that you're with us this evening, but...
But from now on, I'm not to use suggestion.
Or whatever it was you did use. Please follow standard materia medica in treating your cases. You're not offended?
Of course not.
Oh, that's fine, Dr. Mason. That's your call again.
Third floor. 19 Water Street, third floor. 19 Water Street, third floor.
Well, Mac, you seem to be good at guessing. You were right the last time. What sort of call is this one going to be?
It's no guessing, it's experience. This time it's no drunk.
Oh? What do you think it is?
A bird. Or maybe a debt.
Christmas Eve. And someone is to live or die. It is better that one should live on Christmas Eve. Mac, let it be a birth we're going to.
No difference to me, Doc. A birth or a debt. I just drive.
How long have you been doing it, Mac?
Like I told you. 8 rotten years, that's how long.
What you call 8 rotten years were truly 8 glorious years, filled with service to your fellow men.
Cut the chatter, Mason. This is it. Number 19 is Red Brick House upstairs. Come on, make a snap here. 3rd floor rear.
Doctor, here!
Keep your shirt on, we're coming.
Even if you hurry. Doctor.
Tears on Christmas Eve, young man.
I'm afraid you're too late.
You thought it'd be a birth. You're wrong, Mason. It sure looks like...
Wait, Mac. Don't say it. No. Perhaps we're not too late. Tell me, how is the mother?
She's all right. But our baby...
Yes, your baby.
Crippled. Terribly crippled. We prayed for our child to be born on Christmas Eve. We thought we'd be so happy tonight.
Come. No tears. Not on Christmas Eve. I'll have a look at the infant. Wait here.
Make it snappy, Mason. Doc Garrett's always nervous when all the ambulances are out. It's only 9 o'clock. Hey, what's the idea of bringing the kid out here?
Let me hold him, Doctor, please.
Of course. There you are. Ah, the child knows his father.
Yes. He knows me. But he'll hate me when he's old enough to realize it. Doctor.
Yes?
His arms.
What about the kid's arms?
They're straight. Straight as arrows.
So what?
But But before, they were terribly twisted. Both his arms were terribly crippled.
You can see for yourself the child is normal.
But I tell you, before, when I looked at him, I swear they were twisted. And now...
You were under great tension. Perhaps your imagination...
Yes. Oh, my little son. Aren't his tiny fingers so tiny?
Now go in and tell your wife truthfully that her baby is normal in every way. Show her.
Yes. Yes.
You both look forward to a happy Christmas Eve. It is. Remember, tears are not for Christmas Eve.
Hey. Come on, Mason. Forget all that good fairy stuff. This fella's hopped up enough as is. Let's go.
Yes, Mac.
Oh, Doctor.
Yes?
Merry Christmas, Doctor.
Thank you. A Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Mason. Dr. Mason.
Yes, Dr. Garrett, you've been looking for
Yes,
me?
I...
471 Street.
Only one bell. Go on, Dr. Garrett.
Well, I must speak to you, Mason, about the telegram.
Yes?
The telegram which said that Dr. Mason was killed. The one you said was a mistake.
Did I, Dr. Garrett?
I've just spoken to the sender of that telegram. I have just finished talking to Dr. Mason's mother on the long-distance telephone.
That's my call. I'm sorry, I must go, Doctor.
Now, wait, man, wait. I want to talk to you. Listen to me, please. Dr. Mason was killed. Do you hear? 3 hours before you walked into my office, he was killed while driving to the Albany Railroad Station. And his mother saw him die.
Well, Mac, what is this call going to be? A birth or a death?
I don't know, Mason, but I don't like this one. There's something about this call. It gave me a funny chill all of a sudden.
Because it's in your neighborhood?
What do you think this call is going to be?
Because it is your wife.
Ellie.
Is this job a rotten job, Mac? Now that you can rush a doctor to her side? Is this ambulance still a crate? Now that it's speeding to answer your own wife's cry of pain?
Stop that kind of talk, will you? You're trying to make me think something's happened, Ellie. I ain't afraid. So I'll say it again. Yeah, driving this crate is still a job, and a bum one at that.
And the 8 years?
Rotten years, wasted years. Could have had my own garage and repair business. I'd be in the chips today instead of...
Yes, you would have made more money.
Instead of risking my neck driving all night, twisting in and out of help pillars, skidding on slippery car tracks.
Why, Mac? Why did you do it?
How many times I gotta tell you that nothing in this whole cockeyed world could have kept me sitting back of this wheel, except my wife. If it wasn't for Ellie,
What's the matter, Mac?
Nothing, I guess. That house we just passed, that was ours. And the lights are ours.
Is that unusual?
No. Just means Ellie ain't home. She's probably going down to the corner as far as the drugstore. Yeah, Ellie walks the dog there every night about this time. And...
Yes, Mac?
The call we're going to is that drugstore.
Yes, Mac.
Mason, you got a hunch what it is. Tell me what it is.
It is not a birth, Mac.
Let me through! Let me through! I did it! Ellie! It's Ellie! Mason, do something! You gotta do something! Please! Please!
We will take her to the hospital, Mac. Come, let's get ready. The next call will be ours.
812 East River Road.
Yes, you heard. The other ambulance just went out.
Are you crazy? My wife is upstairs in the operating room, and you expect me to leave the hospital to go out and drive?
There are people who need us, Mac. Our work tonight is not yet finished.
But Ellie needs me. What do I care about other people?
There are people, Mac, who will cry out for help.
As your wife did, we will answer.
Not me. I ain't moving.
It is Christmas Eve, Mac.
Christmas Eve. What a Christmas present I got.
64 West Street.
It's our turn, Mac.
64 West Street.
All right, Mason. But this is my last trip for the night. No, not for the night. Forever. I'm through, do you hear? All washed up. For good.
I'm terribly sorry, Mac. We did the best that we could.
Dying. Ellie's dying. And
She asked for you, Mac. Just once. It was while you were out on that West Street call. Then she lapsed into coma.
Ellie? Isn't there a chance, Doc Garrett?
I doubt it.
While I'm out with the crate, my wife calls for me, and now she's unconscious. Think of others, he said, because it's Christmas Eve. What do you got to say now, Mason? You took me from her. You made me go out and drive that rotten ambulance while she...
You went to help others, to bring aid to the suffering.
A lot of consolation, that is.
Remember how the old woman blessed you, with tears in her eyes.
Oh, I can't think of nothing but Ellie's going. You with your big ideas and your fine speeches. What do you know about sorrow and suffering?
All that there is to know, my son.
Just now, when you said that, for a second you got old. You look more than 1,000 years old. God, I must be seeing things on account Ellie is leaving me, and I'm crazy with grief and sorrow.
Grief and sorrow for you. Yet how much you did to relieve others of that pain.
It's funny, Mason, but...
Yes, Mac?
When you said those words, I thought of my 8 years. The 8 rotten years. And they didn't seem so bad. Not anymore. Now I kind of like them.
Sorrow worketh repentance. You should, Mac. You should glory in them. 8 years of bringing a healer to the suffering. 8 years of rushing the torn and the smashed to the hands of the mender.
Yeah. The words, they just take the pain right out of me. They just draw it out.
Now that your work for this night is finished, Mac, I will walk home with you.
Go home? Well, Elliot.
Yes.
Okay, if you say so, Mason. But for the life of me, I don't know why I take your word. What a break. What a rotten break I got on Christmas Eve.
You love her a great deal, don't you?
Yeah.
Soon, it will be midnight.
A Merry Christmas.
How did she greet you each night when you returned from your driving?
How did Ellie greet... Why do you ask that, Mason?
Tell me, Mac. I want you to say it.
Well, she...
Tell me.
She's like a happy, anxious kid. She'd go out and put on a porch light. Didn't matter even if the weather was terrible. I used to bawl her out for it. Tell her she'd catch pneumonia. But she'd always put on a porch light and stand outside there, waiting
for her shining knight returning from his errands of mercy.
As soon as she'd see me come around the next corner, she'd call to me.
And now, will you continue your driving?
Yeah. I'm sticking to it, Mason. Even though Ellie won't be around, I'm sticking.
This is your corner.
Yeah.
Look to your house, my son.
The light? A porch light. It's on. Mason! Your eyes! Mason! Mason! Where are you?
Look to your house, my son.
No! It can't be! It's Ellie! Ellie, darling, it is you! Thank God! Thank God! And forgive me. I did not know who you were.
You have just heard the 6th annual Pillsbury presentation of Grand Central Station's traditional Christmas drama.
79 years ago, December 22nd, 1945, Grand Central Station's Miracle for Christmas, starring Mason Adams, here on KELY and the Mount Wheeler Power Christmas Special. More to come. Keep right here. We have 2 more hours straight ahead.